Hello, everyone. It is Thursday, December 17th. Welcome to another episode of Together San Diego. I'm Luis Cruz, Community Relations Director at the San Diego Union-Tribune. And joining me this afternoon are representatives from local organizations that have been doing tremendous work to help our community during this pandemic. Let's welcome Jim Floros, President and CEO of the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank, Lieutenant Colonel Lee Lascano of the Salvation Army, and Neville Villamoria, Senior Vice President and Chief Advocacy Officer of Mission Federal Credit Union. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. It's an honor to have you all here. At the same time, you're the who's who of the people working to keep our community intact during this difficult time. So thank you so much for all that you do. Neville, let's start with you. Mission Federal Credit Union is providing financial assistance to these organizations to help them with their mission this holiday season. Tell us about that.
Thanks, Luis. So, this 2020 COVID situation has been unimaginable for many. And as you'll hear from my beloved colleagues here momentarily, the need for food insufficiency, the amount of people that are being impacted is just unheard of. And that's not counting those that are feeling too proud or uncomfortable to go out and ask for help. And part of our plea today is twofold. One is for those of you that need help, we have resources for you. Many of these great organizations on the call are there and ready to equip and support you. And two is for those of you that are well-resourced or appeal to you that are really desiring to do help but not sure what to do. We have a matching grant program that's running through the end of the year that so far has been quite successful, and that's our way of showing up and being a good corporate citizen. So Mission Fed put the holiday giving campaign together in recognition that the most disaffected populations with primary essential services like food insufficiency were things we wanted to support. We're a double bottom line organization, so it's not just about our financial performance, it's about our social purpose. And by recognizing the importance of this topic and making a matching grant opportunity, we know how successful that can be because every dollar you invest gets doubled. And so we're there here in the spirit of hope and healing for our hyperlocal San Diego community, for our most disaffected populations, to say, hey, we want to be there. And what's amazing is it's not just Mission Fed. When we do these matching grants, we did this with Jim and the food bank in March. We made a $50,000 matching grant and raised over $416,000, which equivalent to about 2 million meals. So at San Diego, that's a great job. We just got to give them the opportunity and help them understand how they can make a difference of consequence. So Mission Fed is trying to model that, and we know we'll be successful because San Diego steps up.
So yes, tell us a little bit about the specifics of how it all works and how the community can help, Neville.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, man. Here it's the missionfed.com/giving is the website. You can pick whichever organization you want to participate and support if you're a Mission Fed member, and thank you very much to the 260,000 members of San Diego who are. You can do that online through our contact center. So there's other ways that you can participate as well. But just the ways what can you do to make a difference? Well, you can share this campaign with others. You can make a contribution of any amount. No amount is too small. And you can, as Jim was just sharing before the call, volunteer. Some of the safest places to be are places that are being disinfected regularly and are safe for you to actually help others. So whatever floats your boat, whatever lights your fuse, whatever makes your soul sing in that context, that's all it takes. missionfed.com/giving.
All right. Thank you very much, Neville. And Jim, we were talking before the broadcast about I guess the amount of help you're providing the community. Talk a little bit about how COVID-19 has affected your work with the San Diego Food Bank, and then what is the primary initiative or concern during this holiday season?
Well, we've sort of talked about this before. I mean, we went from feeding 350,000 people a month to nearly 600,000 people, and that felt like it was almost overnight. Prior to the COVID crisis, probably about 450,000 people were termed food insecure. That number is probably at least double. We may have 1 million people in San Diego County that are now food insecure. So we've been working hard, and we have a strong distribution model. We've augmented that. We're in phase 3 of our COVID response. just the latest statistics, we're projecting by the end of December, we will have distributed 47 million pounds of food just since the middle of March. And of course, we normally purchase about $1 million of food in a fiscal year. We've already hit $10 million in food purchases just since the beginning of March. So there's a lot of hardship, and we have a lot of people that are in need. And then now that those numbers are growing, our lines are growing, more people laid off. It's kind of confusing, more furloughs. We're starting to see white collar layoffs. So, we're bracing for a spike in need. And then our big message to the community, and I think Neville touched upon it, there's no shame in asking. That's what we're here for. It's what we signed up for. There's plenty of food to go around. So if you need help, your local food bank is here to provide you and your family the food you need.
That's great. And Jim, how will Mission Fed's financial assistance help an organization like yours during this holiday season?
Well, it's huge. And, Neville is being very, very humble, but, we're only as good as the people who support us. And, it's these community partners that truly make all of our important work possible. We couldn't do it without them. And so Mission Fed, they're doing this campaign. They did a campaign early on. But Mission Fed's been a partner of ours for many years and really supported our backpack program or what have you. So this match is huge. We can take $1 and leverage that into 5 meals. So you can do the math, minimum $60,000 to the food bank, how many meals that's going to provide to people in need. So again, a really big tip of the hat to Mission Fed and being such a great long-term partner of the San Diego Food Bank.
Great. All right, well, let's bring in Donnie D, CEO of the San Diego Rescue Mission, who's also joining us this afternoon. Donnie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Good to see you, Jim. Good to see you.
Hey, Donnie. Good to see you, buddy.
And thank you, Neville, for all you guys are doing for us.
Our honor. Thank you.
I was just mentioning how this is. I'm honored to have you all here because this is the who's who of folks that are really leading the charge and giving back to the community and assisting people during these difficult times. Donnie, talk a little bit about how COVID-19 has affected some of the work that you do.
Yeah, it's really been an interesting year. I don't think any of us thought going into 2020, especially middle of March, that the year would bring what it's brought. But I think we've learned a lot. I think what I'm most impressed with is our staff's desire to show up and serve every day, even putting their own health, safety at risk. That inspires me as a leader of the organization to know that we have people here that are willing to put the needs of others before their own. And so we have tried to operate business as usual. We've had to make a lot of changes from, COVID protocols and screenings to the way we get out and see donors to we haven't had any volunteers in our building for a while and actually had 3 months of just straight quarantine for the 200 plus that are in our programs every day. And so that's been tough. It's been a challenge, but I think we've helped a lot of people. And as I was telling a group of donors this morning, I don't think we could have pulled it off without them. I'm just so impressed with the way that they've stood with us. Organizations like Mission Fed that come alongside of us and help us do what we do and believe in what we do and believe in the model that we have to get people off the street. We think there's a difference between meeting the needs of those experiencing homelessness and addressing the needs. And what we do here at the San Diego Rescue Mission is we address the needs, and thankful for the many people throughout San Diego that believe in what we do and stand with us during this difficult time this last year.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about how Mission Fed's financial assistance will be able to help you.
Well, first of all, when I heard about it, I just was in awe again of another organization, another community leader that wants to make a difference. And they've selected a couple of organizations that they believe in. And for me, we don't take any government funding. So anytime somebody steps up, whether it's the $5 money order we got last year or the $500,000 gift we got last year and everything in between, all of those gifts make a difference here. And they go to be, to help us do what we do in the lives of people experiencing homelessness. And so we'll use their gift not only to match. So that's a tremendous blessing anytime we get that. But we have a Christmas outreach meal on Saturday. We'll serve close to 700-800 meals, not to mention they're helping to support our daily operations and what we do in the lives of hundreds of people every day here at the mission.
Okay. Thank you, Donnie. Lieutenant Colonel Lila Scano, always good to see you. What have you seen at the Salvation Army over the last 9 or 10 months?
Well, as others have said, it goes without saying that it's been a very difficult year for everyone. But when you think about those that we serve day in and day out, year in, year out, the most vulnerable of our population, this thing's been crushing to them. And they really didn't know where to turn or what to do. And so to be able to turn to the community, get the extra help to be able to help these people has been really, really important. And just as Donnie said, I'm so proud of the staff and the volunteers and those that have really mobilized and put themselves at risk, been out there serving. We've seen upward of a 300% increase in requests for food. We've certainly seen people who have never asked for help before. And we just feel an obligation to really make sure that they have the food that they need and the support that they need in so many different ways. So it's been amazing to see.
And how is the same question to you? How is the financial assistance from Mission Fed going to be able to help your organization?
Well, certainly we couldn't do it without help of the community, and organizations like Mission Fed, when they stepped up and really set the example for corporations to not only be responsible, but really take leadership in the community and making sure that the most needy among us have what they need. So we're so grateful to Mission Fed, and their match has just been amazing. And particularly this year, our Red Kettle effort has pretty much been killed because of this thing. And if we weren't able to do online fundraising, I don't know what we would do. So we're thankful to Mission Fed, for the other partner agencies as well, to make a difference and make sure people have what they need.
Yes, so you've had to move your Red Kettle Drive to a virtual Red Kettle Drive. Talk a little bit about how that works.
Sure. Well, people think about the nickels and dimes that go in there, but it's actually a significant part of what we do, particularly for our Christmas effort. We always have tried to make sure that needy kids have had the toys that they need, that families have a special Christmas meal. And that Red Kettle effort has funded that, as well as restock our pantries. We're still trying to put a few physical kettles out there, but it's almost non-existent. And so the virtual Red Kettle has come along, and we really are hoping and praying that that's going to make up the difference this year.
Yes, hopefully. Jim, are there any initiatives? I mean, you have a number of initiatives, but any initiatives you want to highlight during this holiday season that you're currently working on?
Well, aside from still supporting the super pantries, which are feeding about 120,000 people a month, high volume, high frequency distribution sites. So we're pushing that hard and just trying to get as much food out as possible, especially during the holidays. We've done a lot of hams and turkeys and that sort of thing. And then we're starting to kind of look at phase 4, because we do realize there are people who are reluctant to access the food, access the system. And so we're trying to find some ways to, with complete client dignity, get food out to some special groups. We're planning on a distribution coming up very soon with the hospitality industry. All those workers, there's probably 100,000 of them that are unemployed, and trying to get food to them. And then another big push for us, and for any of you people who are watching today, CalFresh, which nationally is called SNAP, and in the old days they called it food stamps, is still the number one weapon against hunger. It's that EBT card, and the government has made it easier than ever to get CalFresh in California. And there's a pandemic EBT for school-aged children or what have you, and the food bank can help you get enrolled in that, or you can call 211. And we would love to see a lot of people get enrolled in CalFresh, get that EBT card. You get a few $100s a month, and that goes a long way towards putting groceries on the table for your family.
Great. Donnie, any initiatives that you want to highlight during this holiday season?
Yeah, and just being on this call is really kind of interesting. Mission Fed picked the right organizations, because when I first took this role 3 years ago, it was Jim and it was Lee that reached out to me and took me to coffee and welcomed me to this community of social service providers that are doing the great work here in San Diego. And so, Neville, it's just a strange coincidence that I'm getting a chance to see both of these guys again, and they are Hall of Famers in this work and have been doing it a long time.
Coming from a former Green Bay Packer fan, I'm from Wisconsin, so you can do no wrong with me, buddy.
Everybody's got to have their team, right?
Yes.
Couple fun initiatives for us. We are in the middle of launching a Walk With Me program is what it's called. And Mary Benerska serves on my board, and she has had this vision and really this passion to try to pair volunteers who've been trained and selected through their church to actually be paired with somebody that's experiencing homelessness. And then it's that through that relationship of friendship that our volunteers are able to actually point people experiencing homelessness in the right direction where the resources are. I know that Lee and Jim would agree that sometimes the system is very difficult to navigate where to get help and where the resources and where the services are. And so I'm really excited about that. We also merged with Bread of Life on October 1st. That's a rescue mission up in Oceanside. And now they are a part of the San Diego Rescue Mission. And what we love so much about it is just it gives us a presence in North County. And we are right now in the process of trying to find facilities to open up a navigation center in North County that would basically serve as an emergency shelter. But we would do case management and try to create a path forward with people who are living on the streets. And then we put an offer in on a property down in National City. And that would be a navigation center too. And we just believe that long term, this initiative of having navigation centers that feed our main property here in downtown at Elm Street, where we could actually do rehabilitation, is a great model for us to really be a part of the solution here in San Diego and change the state of homelessness here.
Right. Yes, thank you for all the work that you all do. A quick shout out to Roberta Roy, who's watching, who says, "This is my credit union." So yes, Neville likes that. Neville, talk a little bit about why this was important for you, for your organization, to help these other organizations here.
Well, as we were talking before the show went live, if you use Joseph Campbell's mythical storytelling framework, whether that's the Ruby Slippers in The Wizard of Oz or the saber in Star Wars, there's a hero, there's a mentor, and there's a gift. And I think brands tend to confuse which ones they are. Mission Fed is not the hero. We're at best the mentor. These people doing this important work for our community to strengthen the social fabric, they're the heroes. And the gift that we can provide is the gift of hope, the gift of resource, the gift of attention, as you're doing, Luis, by bringing attention to this important subject and hopefully enlisting other people in this other social contagion. COVID has hit us with one social contagion. Leadership as an active influence is another social contagion. And we can all be leaders no matter what our position is, because leadership is not a position, it's a decision. We can all take a leadership decision today to support brothers and sisters in San Diego that are the most vulnerable. And so in the spirit of the holiday campaign, the holiday season, faith, hope, charity, love, this is our way to extend those energetic values to make it not just America's finest city, which I know we like to call ourselves, but America's kindest and most purposeful region. And that's why we do it. It's not because we have a regulatory burden. We do it because that's who we are.
Yeah. Well said. Thank you. Gentlemen, is there anything else any of you would like to add before we go?
The only thing I would add is, what we've said from day one is that people should stay calm, and there's enough food, and it's about community coming together and weathering the storm. And, we'll get through this. And so I just want people to realize that there's plenty of food. There's great agencies like those that are here and many, many others that are working so hard, and just so incredibly gratifying to see how the San Diego community is rallying. Saying, okay, let's be a part of the solution. So everybody can be part of the solution. Everybody can make a difference. Every little bit helps. And that's our message. Just let's band together, stay calm. We'll weather the storm.
Yeah, that's a good word. And I would just say Merry Christmas to all of your viewers. I think in the spirit of giving, thanks to Mission Fed for believing in our organizations and for giving so much, and for running this campaign that will be used to impact literally thousands of lives that will never know that somebody had an idea to try to reach out to their customers and to the greater community and ask for support. So we're grateful for that. And I think just, to use this time of the year to look back on 2020, and there are things to be thankful for. We've overcome a lot, and I think that speaks to not only our country but also this community and the resiliency of the American spirit, is that we've overcome a lot. I know it's not over yet, but as Jim has said, so encouraged by how the community has rallied to try to make the best of this situation.
Yes.
Definitely want to echo that. This community has been amazing. People that are hurting themselves have still dug down deep to help, and it's just part of San Diego, who we are, and we're so grateful for that. And thank you also for helping get the word out, because none of us could do this without the help of so many other people, and they just need to know what the need is out there.
Right. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for everything that you do to help our community, especially now during the pandemic and during the holidays.
Great. Well, Luis, thank you for helping us get the word out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Happy holidays.
Mission Fed. Thank you, Mission Fed. Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. And thank you at home for watching. Have a great day, everybody.
News is more important today than ever before.
I'm currently outside Otay Mesa Detention Center.
I'm about to get a report at Sharp.
Out at Sunset Cliffs.
COVID testing site.
We live for these times when we're able to bring the news into the homes of people who need it the most.
I thank all of you for supporting our work.
When you subscribe to the paper, you're telling us that you believe in what we do.